Welcome, welcome. Precious Ekev, 1991, we're in the middle. The Rebbe explains in general there's two orders to how we do things in terms of time. It's parallel to how Hashem created the world with time and how we use our time. So there's something called Seder Zmanim, order of time, which was pre-creation. And then there was time that Hashem created on the first day of creation. So it's significant because we also can do things in two ways of time. There's the order of time is pre-creation, so it's above the created time. So it's not limited by the limitations of time as we know it, okay? So that pre-order of time, let me just see if I can mute everybody, make sure everybody's muted. Here we go. Yeah, everybody's muted. Okay, great. So the pre-time is like when it says that there was Shabbos before creation of the world. Okay, so this aspect of Shabbos before creation of the world, welcome Liba Edo. Before creation of the world, there was Shabbos. There was no time before creation of the world, right? Hashem created time at the first day of creation, Sunday, at the Yom Rishon. So how is there Shabbos before? So what Chassidus explains is a concept of pre-time or Seder Zmanim, order of time. Now, so it's not limited in time like we're used to, but it's a Shabbos that actually blessed the first week of creation. Because like we know, Shabbos has two aspects of it. It has all the days of the week we prepare for Shabbos in the normal order of time. So normal order of time is like from below to above, baby steps. We initiate, we take our first step and then a second step in a methodical way, in an orderly fashion, right? One thing at a time. And then we get to Shabbos, and then Shabbos elevates all the work that we did. It all becomes elevated on Shabbos. And then Shabbos blesses the next week. So the blessing of the next week is the power of Shabbos, which is above time, to bless further in the future. But the order of time, the regular time, not Seder Zmanim, but time itself, as it's in creation, it's very methodical. It's 1 + 2, it's day 1, then day 2, then day 3. And that's our natural way of doing things in this world within the parameters of time. So what's this beyond time, or this Shabbosdika time that was present already before creation? That's called time. That's basically it's a second way of time being. It's not time as we know it, but it's basically it's above this world. It's above the parameters and the limitations of this world. So there's basically, the Rebbe says there's two ways of doing things. One is in the orderly way within time, and we go methodically one step at a time, and within the parameters of nature and how Hashem created us, a soul and a body in this physical world. And then there's time that basically it's above time. We can do things without considering limitations of this world and limitations of time. And that is Lamala, it's from above to below. And we can draw down things from above to below. We can draw down revelations of Hashem and help from Hashem. So it's really, yes, the Rebbe says we have to do both. So really we need to initiate with our own powers of within the soul in a body in this world, and start baby steps, start with initiating from below. But at the same time, we can know and we can have not the unlimited aspect of being able to not be limited with time, and to know that we can take on everything. Basically, we can do anything within any. We can surpass what we think is our limitations of time. And that's because we have a soul in a body. So from the aspect of the body is limited. Yes, and there's only certain things that we're supposed to work with the body and do things in an orderly fashion. But at the same time, the Rebbe says, we need to know that we're not limited, and we could also be able to do things without the limitations of time of our body, because we have a soul that's unlimited, and the soul is connected to Hashem. And connected to Hashem, it's a part of Hashem above at all times. So there's the order of time, and working within the rules of time is the order of creation and the order of the six days, and doing things milamata lamala, from below to above, like ani ledodi, I am to my beloved. And then above our limits of this world and above the limits of parameters of time, and drawing from above to below, that's Dodili, my beloved is to me. So the Anila Dodi and Dodili can be also in two ways. It could be us reaching out to Hashem and then Hashem helping us from above. Okay, that's Anila Dodi, is we reach out, we initiate, we take charge of our life, and we make the steps to come close to Hashem and make changes in an orderly way. And then the Dodili is that Hashem helps us from above. That's one aspect. And then it seems to go on to say that really within our service also, we have also Anila Dodi V'Dodili, because we have a soul. So we have the below to above and the above to below. Within our we can initiate also the above to below, is what he's saying. So that's was yesterday's. Let me look inside this Anila Dodi and Dodili simultaneously that we have. I want to see if I can review that a little bit more with you, because that's a new concept that we just brought up, that he brought up yesterday. So let me see if I can see.
Can I just ask you the idea of above time? The Shabbos is above time, but that was the seventh day of creation, but that was before any creation also?
Yeah, it's called Seder Zmanim. It's like it says that there was a Shabbos that blessed the 6 days of the first week of creation. So it's talked about in Chassidus. The Rebbe doesn't explain it at length, but he just says there's a concept called Seder Zmanim, order of time, and that's how there was a Shabbos pre-creation that blessed the first days of the week, just like every Shabbos has blessed the next days of the week following it. So there was something above time that's though had Shabbos in it. Now we tap into that also on Shabbos. So Shabbos, we experience how we're above time. So let's see it inside some more of this. The part that we know very well is how to be within time, how to be within the order of creation, within baby steps and methodical, logical, working towards the next step of serving Hashem. That we all know. The harder part for us to kind of, I guess, resonate or be secure or feel like we know what we're talking about is those times where we're going above. Because sometimes we could take on the world, and then we could say, oh, I made a mistake, I shouldn't have taken on so much, right? So let's see. However, I guess if we don't have the goal at the outset, we can do anything, and we can accomplish anything, and it can happen. If we don't have that, then we're going to be too limited. We're not going to be able to accomplish what we could fully accomplish with the soul. Our soul does have more power than we can imagine. So welcome. Let's see, Karen joined us also. Welcome, and welcome, Alyssa. Thank you.
We just mentioned today's Chaf Menachemov, the Rebbe's father's yahrzeit.
I got so confused. I thought it was yesterday. I mentioned it yesterday.
It's today.
Thank you. Welcome to moving in to new house.
That's because you're behind time.
I'm behind time. I already drew in. I told the whole story yesterday about Rabbi Levi, how he was sent by the Rebbe Rashab when he was a bacher. He was 20 years old, and he was learning in Lubavitcher, and he was sent from Lubavitch to Ekev, to the Rebbe's father, Rabbi Levi Yitzchak, whose yahrzeit is today, to give him a message, a letter. So I told it at length, the whole story. But hopefully I'll record. I did record yesterday, and hopefully I'll post it. But it was a beautiful story how the Rebbe's father showed as a gift for him coming and delivering the letter, took Rabbi Levi, my teacher, and showed him the Rebbe learning. He showed him in a room, and the Rebbe was then 16. Rabbi Levi was 4 years older than the Rebbe, and the Rebbe was sitting there and learning at Tafresh Samach Vav, and he was so busy and so engrossed he didn't notice them in the room. And the Rebbe Levi Yitzchak told the Rebbe, he's going to help you. And then it really happened that Rabbi Levi was thinking, how could it be, when he understood from Rabbi Levi Yitzchak that he's going to help you, it means that he's going to be a Rebbe. And the Rebbe and Rabbi Levi Nanas was thinking, how could he be the Rebbe? There's Rebbe Rashab is going to live to 120, and then the Frierdiker Rebbe, his son, is going to live to 120. And then how long am I going to live? But the truth is, in the end, the Rebbe did become Rebbe, and Rabbi Lezer was very close to him and would send him notes all the time. I didn't even know when I started learning with Rabbi Lezer. Rabbi Lezer was writing to the Rebbe about us learning together and what we're learning and all that. So anyway, there's a lot of miracles in that story. So hopefully I'll be able to post it and you'll watch it. But the Rabbi Levi Yitzchak, I also mentioned how he's married to Rabbi Chana, and our learning now is all dedicated to Rabbi Chana. It's part of Bais Chana that the Rebbe blessed us and gave me the encouragement to teach women in memory of his mother, which is a very big schus, and she was Rabbi Levi Yitzchak's wife. So we're very, very connected to Rabbi Levi Yitzchak. My boys, also three or four of my boys, I think, maybe even more, maybe five of my boys. Yeah, five of my six boys went to and volunteered at the orphanage in Yekaterinoslavl, in Dnieper, it's called. And a couple of them stayed for a whole year. So I had the schus of having boys that were in the shul of Rabbi Levi Yitzchak and the Rebbe Chana. That's where the orphanage is. The dormitory is in the shul that belonged to Rabbi Levi Yitzchak. So it's still being used today, and it's used as an orphanage. Kids who come from either they don't have parents or their parents are incapable, and they bring their kids to the orphanage. And most of the parents are not observant or drunk or like real problems, or they don't have parents at all. And there was even one boy. My Mendel said that he was shocked. There was one boy who was rescued and found by one of the Chabad rabbis who would go around to outlying villages and look for Jews to help them. And he would go to the town and say, "Are there any Jews in this town?" And in one town, way out, they pointed out to a house and they said, "There's a kid there." And the parents apparently abandoned him. It was parents that were coming and going, and they said, "He's just there alone." And he was a little kid, 4 years old, and he had been there kind of off and on by himself since he was a year and a half, or 2.5, something very, very young. No, actually, when they found him, he was either a year or two. He was a baby by himself, and there was dogs in the house taking care of him. Really a terrible, terrible situation. They took him and they brought him to the girls' orphanage until he was 4. And when he was 4, they brought him to the boys' orphanage. And my son Mendel was there, and he said he was a wild kid. He was when he came, he was 5 or 6 years old. Absolutely wild, hard to control or hard to take care of. But he ended up, I think, being a frum boy and disciplined and well cared for and loved. And I think he got married, and I'm not sure where he's at now, but it took place in the shul where Rabbi Levi Yitzchak was Yortzeit is today. So his good deeds perpetuated and continued, and it's still happening, still till to this day. Anyway, so let's get on with this. By the way, it was the best thing for my boys to go there. Even though they had to give up a lot of comforts and it was the best experience in their life to have to give to kids and take care of other people. Taught them so much, being responsible and all that. In any event, and it was on their own initiative they decided to do it. I didn't, I just loved the fact that they were doing something good, but I didn't send them there. They chose to go. Anyway, so here we go. It had nothing to do with me, put it that way. I just got all the merit. Here we go. We are up to Ches, but let me see if there's any more of Danila Dodi and Dodi Lee to review. Right, he asked why we start counting the days of the days from Sunday of the first day of creation and not from Friday when man was created. It seems like when man was created on Friday and Erev Shabbos, that's his first order of time, right? That's when he started working and being conscious. So it seemed like you would start counting time from when he started, when he was created. But it starts really from the first day of creation. And the Rebbe ties that. I didn't 100% get that. Let's see what the Rebbe says. Let's read that again. ties that to the idea of what we're talking about. Let's see. According to this, we could say the reason why the main aspect of counting time of the Jewish people is from Sunday, or from the first day of the week. And it seems since the man was created on the Friday, on the sixth day of the week, and we're compared to the first man, Adam Arishon. So, and like we say, Hashem created man from the earth, from the Adama, but still Hashem also put into him a soul. He blew into him a soul, a nishmas chaim, a soul of life, which is a part of Hashem above, a chelik elokam mima'al mamash. So the counting of time through man should have started on Friday, on Erev Shabbos, the sixth day, because that's the first day of that we're experiencing time. But since the whole purpose of creating man and creating the world was to make a dwelling place for Hashem in this world, the lowest world is this physical world. Therefore, the service, the time, our serving Hashem has to start not when everything was finished and ready and created on the sixth day of creation, after the wholeness of creation was already there. Hashem saw that what He did was good, and everything was prepared and ready for man to come, like it says for a su'udah, to just come and partake of the world on the sixth day. However, because really we are the ones who are supposed to elevate creation and work on the world to make the world better, and we're supposed to start from the low, from the easy, and go gradually up every rung level higher and higher, from below to above. Therefore, we start counting the days of the week from Sunday, okay, to show that our main beginning, ikar, and the foundation of how we start our work is from below to above. It's not as everything's ready and prepared for us, but as we start from number one, from below to above. It's specifically in this physical low world down here below that we make the dwelling place for Hashem, Hashem's essence. According just like when it comes to the creation itself, its existence of creation, the power of essence of Hashem, of the true Yesh of Hashem, who He is truthfully, is revealed, mitgaleh, dafka, specifically by Yesh Haniva, in the physical creation. So it's the Yesh Haniva can be created, the physical creation can only be created by Hashem's essence. The initial physicality of the world can only be created by Hashem. After Hashem creates physical, then we can transmute it, we can transport it, we can form it in different permutations. But Hashem is the only one who can create actual physical creation. Only Hashem can create something out of nothing. So too we could say when it comes to our soul and our body. How do we reveal the wholeness of our godly soul, the chelek part of Hashem above, that Hashem blew into us? This gives us, the Jew, a power to be able to do our service fully and wholly, manifested completely, both in a way that we said that my beloved is to me from above to below. That's the fullness and wholeness of going beyond our limitations of this world. That is revealed specifically when our soul is in a body. Our wholeness of our service of Hashem is completely revealed when we have a soul not hovering above, but down here below. In the world of physicality, that Hashem created yesh me'ayin, right? Something from nothing. And through our service from below to above, we initiate within a body, in the parameters of the body. That's specifically when we can reveal the highest levels. Okay? Now, similar to the idea that everything came from earth and from the dirt, or from dust, even the sun even the moon, even the constellations, the kochavim, the stars, Tzva Shamayim, all the planets, everything came from Earth, was created through the Earth. So too, our body was created from the earth, from the dust. Because in the physical created beings, there is the power of Hashem's essence, the true yesh, true essence of what's truly true. Therefore, through Hashem enclothing our soul inside a body that's created by Hashem's essence, everything is able to be drawn down into this world, even things that are heavenly, things that are above the earth, because everything actually comes from Hashem's essence, both the heaven and the earth. But we are able to, when we're in a body, to draw it down into a revealed form, into the reality of creation. Specifically through our service down in this world and elevating from below to above, us in a physical body doing physical things in the physical world, the lowest thing below here, which is our body, we're able to create, to affect and produce Shlemut Aliyah, the wholeness of the Aliyah of the creation, of Gam Ha'aliyam B'Yotav, even the highest of the high. We affect the whole order of creation, all the spiritual worlds, all the spiritual beings, all the angels, everything's elevated when we take initiation down here below. Also our portion, our soul, which is a part of Hashem above, is also elevated through our activities in the body. Like we know, the mashal, the parable for this is if you want to elevate the highest of the high, you have to dig down and go to the bottom and elevate from the bottom up. And then it's like you go down under the building to elevate the entire building. So that is the end of the Zion of 7. Okay, so our initiation down here below and doing things in a physical body, physical world with physical activities is really what can elevate everything. Everything. The whole, us, our body, our soul, the whole order of creation, all the spiritual levels of creation and heavenly beings, they're all elevated. That's why it says, once somebody's soul leaves the body and goes up high after 120, 180, more and more, it should be in the those souls really crave us to do things for them in the physical world. It really means a lot to them if we give tzedakah or say kaddish or do any mitzvah in their merit, because they're at that point can't do anything physical, so they're relying on us in the physical world to elevate their souls, their neshamas. Anyway, so it's a good thing to say on the yortzeit, the Hilula of the Rabbi Levi Yitzchak, and to acknowledge and say all the learning that we're doing now is in his memory and for his neshama to have an even higher aliyah, because really he planted in us all the seeds that he planted is what's giving us. He gave us the Rebbe, who's giving us what we're learning, and he's given us his life's example and his Mesiras Nefesh and his wife's example in Mesiras Nefesh, and all the brachas that we're getting from them is what's giving us the power to be able to do what we're doing right now. It's pretty amazing. Yeah. Okay, she come back in a physical body and be with us, united with all the Jews. All the tzaddikim, it says, are coming back first. I'm sure Rabbi Yitzchak is with them. And then the whole Jewish people. Okay, so I'm going to continue. We're starting paragraph 8. We're starting according to what we mentioned before. How's this connected to Elul? Chodesh Elul we're coming towards soon, the month of Elul, and we make an accounting. And there was what's the content or what's the idea of counting, making an accounting in the month of Elul? and doing the service of Elul. As it's expressed in the acronym I am to my beloved and my beloved is to me, has three aspects of our service. One is Ani Ledodi, I'm to my beloved, which we said is below to above. Dodi li is my beloved is to me. V'gam chibur shneim b'yachad, and then also connecting and the two together. The initiation from below and the drawing down from above to below, the help from above. V'teva achat u'b'chodesh echad. We're bringing them together in 1 month and in one word, Elul, because the acronym, right, of Ani Ledodi v'Dodi li, the first letter says Elul. So Ani Ledodi hu avodat ha'adam b'ro tachton. I am to my beloved is talking about how we, humans, fix the physical world and our body from below to above, from easy to harder. Kala lakaved. Shagam שזה מביא את האדם לגילוי דדודי לי, דדודי רק כפי שהוא מוגבל על פי דודו דלתתא ובגדי המטה, דאני שלמטה מאנוכי, אבל יש בכך המעלה שזה בא לידי עבודת עצמו וחודר בו בפנימיות. So he's explaining again what we mentioned also before, that what's the advantage of starting from below in baby steps and taking our own initiation and working from us from below. What's the advantage? Why not just have Hashem do everything for us, take care of us? Why do we have to work so hard, right? Sometimes we wonder, why do we have to deal with so many little details? We're in a house, there's so many boxes now, and so many things to put in different places. So many details, so many things. Why? Hashem could just make it easy. Poof, like you see in AI, the whole place is now with one magic little whatever. Hashem can make it so much easier. But that's everything we're doing. Why do we have to deal with so many physical things? Why? Okay, when we do this work from our initiative and we deal with the physical, our physical body, physical limitations of time, has the advantage of that we're using our koach atzmo, our initiation, our power from within us, and therefore everything that we do and draw down it comes b'pnimius. It's felt, it's appreciated, it's acknowledged, it's permeates us. So our relationship with Hashem is more internalized and more real for us as we are souls in a body, and it comes internally. It's not just like we know Hashem loves us, but we don't see it or we don't feel it. We're working together with the Eibishter. We're getting His help because we're really putting our own effort into it. V'dodili, the initiation from above, nifala l'idei avodat haYehudim ma'ein zeh, b'derech ha'mshacha milamala lamata על ידי גילוי הנשמה שלו, שהיא חלק אלוקה ממעל ממש, שזה אומנם אינו חודר כל כך בתחתון, בהבדל מלמטה למעלה, כיוון שזה בא לידי הגילוי למעלה, אבל זה מגיע בדרגה נעלית יותר בגילוי אלוקות, ודודי מהגילוי דודי באני לדודי. So afterwards, after we initiate, and then we draw from above the dodi li, from above to below, what's the advantage? The advantage is we're drawing down from Hashem. The higher levels of Hashem are not so graspable, but since the revelation is, because it's from above, the Dodili, when Hashem is beyond us, there's a higher revelation. And we can have a higher revelation in revelations of godliness. And it's higher than what we actually do on our own. So we need Hashem to reveal Himself also, because Hashem's revelation is greater and grander than what we on our own can actually see or experience. We need Hashem to reveal Himself to us also. It's higher than what we're capable of seeing on our own. But the shlemut hakol, the wholeness of everything, is not just either us initiating or Hashem initiating. The shlemut hakol, the wholeness of everything, is kasher yishna chibur, when we have the two together. The ani l'dodi and the dodi li together. And the Rebbe explains, shedargat elokut dodi, the level of revelations of godliness of dodi, of Hashem, shelemala mani, which is above the I, mitziut adam, as we exist down here below in the physical world, when there's the revelation of godliness of Hashem, of my beloved, Hashem himself revealing himself, when we have the two, us simultaneously working with Hashem, us initiating and Hashem initiating, revealing himself, then we can bring these higher revelations of godliness internalized in the parameters of this lower world, in our parameters of how we can know Hashem and see Hashem and feel Hashem and experience Hashem. There was Achem Nasim Devar Mamash until we become mamish one thing, without a difference between them. Through revealing Hashem's essence. Hashem's essence is above higher and lower. Right? If we get confused between higher and lower and higher, then maybe we connected the two. That's revealed. How is this revealed? It's the best is when Hashem can be revealed in the I, in the me, in the physical down here below. There's I was listening also to a podcast of a woman, I forgot, Sylvia, forgot her last name. She was born right after World War II in Europe, in a little town in the Ukraine, I think, or Yugoslavia, I believe. And she tells her whole story on this on Chabad.org, and how she managed to leave and come to the United States. And this is before this was in the 80s. She managed to do this. It was a whole incredible story of perseverance. She wanted to get married to a Jew. She knew her parents wouldn't let her marry a non-Jew. She knew all the Jews in her little town or little village, and she really wanted to get out. So she managed to do it. But what was the point was at the very, very end, and she did manage to marry a nice Jew who actually introduced her to the Rebbe, took her to the Rebbe, and whole long story. And the moderator asked her, Hannah Weisberg asked her at the very end, I forgot the exact question, but the question was how do you see your relationship with Hashem now? And she said she can mamish, like, touch Hashem. And she said, because of all she went through and all her perseverance and all her activities, and she did so much because of her life experience, she did so much to, you'll have to listen, but she said at the end, I could mamish, like, Hashem is so real, I could touch Hashem. So this is what the Rebbe is saying, that Hashem becomes so real when we put the efforts from below to above, and then draw down from above to below, but it's all in the physical world, and then it's Hashem is felt and really in this tangibly, mamish in this physical world, like it's very real, very, very real. Hashem is very, very real to us. So that is the beginning of paragraph 8. We're still in paragraph 8. Like we explained before, the wholeness of the revelation of my beloved is to me, the revelation of our soul, as it is above, as a portion from Hashem above, until the actual true yesh, which is Hashem's essence. How is that revealed and activated? Specifically through Dani Ladodi, when we initiate our service of the created beings, the created beings of the existing beings in the physical world, the world of action. From our initiation starts in gradual steps. Seder Avodah is from below to above. It's the order of our service is from below to above. We go from the world of Asiya, we elevate ourselves to Yetzirah, we take action. Yetzirah is more the world of feeling, of emotions. And then we go to the world of Bria, which is the world of intellect. And then the world of Atzilus is more the world of beyond intellect, beyond rationales, doing Hashem's, going mysterious nefesh and doing Hashem's will, what doesn't make sense. Okay? When we go in this order of below to above, then we bring about, afterwards, we bring the avodah of Dodili, my beloved is to me, from above to below, from the world of Atzilus, we draw down to the world of Bria, to the world of Yitzira, and to the world of Asiya. So Hashem also has the order of revealing Hashem himself through the 10 spheres. The world of Atzilus is also, it's like the world of beyond. It's beyond anything. It's part of Hashem Mamish. And then Bria is the world of intellect. The Hashem reveals himself through the intellectual, his intelligence, and then there's creations of the world of intelligence, and then Hashem reveals himself through the spheres of Yetzirah, which is the world. Each world has the 10 powers of the 10 spheres, but the main revelation of the world of Bria is how Hashem reveals himself through the intellectual capacity of Chochmah, Bin, and Das, and Yetzirah's the Chesed, Gvur, Tiferes, Netzach, and Yesod, and the world of Asiya is more the world of action, the world where more Malchus is revealed. But there is, like I said, the 10 powers of Hashem are in each world. But then we draw down gradually Hashem down, and we Miskale Elokus Shalamala Mabria, we reveal godliness that's beyond creation, Gam Be'ani, even in the Ani, even in the me, the I. Ad Shenasad Dodili, until Hashem becomes my beloved. Dodili is my beloved is to me. Kol Makom Shenemar Li Eino Zaz Le'olam. Any place that we say Li, it means Hashem is not removed from there, or you're not removed from there forever. It's Li, it's mine. Bali Dehani, the Li to me in the I, in the physical creation, Nasa Yesh Amiti V'Nitzchi. We bring about Nasa what's enacted, the Yesh Amiti, the true Yesh existence, which is Hashem, V'Nitzchi, unlimited existence, which is above time and parameters of time and place and space of the creation. So the creation is connected to changes. Hashem is above change and above time. But when we do then the Dodili, and first then Anilu Dodi, and then the Dodili, we manage to bring above time and above space, Hashem Asi is not limited to time and space, into the creation and bring eternal revelations of godliness within time and space. So we'll have fully this in coming of Mashiach, when we have the building of the Bais Hamikdash, which will be an eternal edifice, unlimited in time and space. We'll all fit in there, and it will exist forever and ever, and we'll be seeing miracles. But some of it we get already now when we learn Chassidus and we taste this and we try to apply this to some degree in our life, and to a lot of a degree. We really bank on Hashem's miracles and Hashem's help from above when we're doing anything. Like we saw recently in the war with Iran, they said we're taking the airplanes and we're going to bomb a nuclear reactor, but we're doing it because we know we're going to get help from above. Siyata Dishmaya. That's what Netanyahu said. They absolutely knew that they're not the only way to really succeed is beyond the limitations of our parameters of what we can actually do. We need help from above to make it all work. We could take the initiative, we could take the steps, we could do the plans, we could try to make it work. But really, if it's above and beyond our capacities to make it really 100% work. And we need help from above for it really to work. So we can learn from that. Anything we do, anything we initiate, we know Hashem is going to help us. Hashem is going to make us successful. It's something good. And we're working within the capacity of our Hashem, our mission in this world. Hashem's going to make it work. So we can go a little bit beyond the order of time and space, because we have a soul that's connected and above and beyond our limitations. And Hashem will help us. And that's the way, doing the two together in tandem with Hashem. That's how we're gonna do our really bring the highest revelations of miracles in this physical world, and we can make miracles happen, and we are making miracles happen. Okay, so I think what time is it? Should we stop here? I think we finished paragraph 8. Yeah, finished paragraph 8. Today is what's today? Today's Thursday. So
yes.
we could do a little bit more if we want, or we could stop at 8:25. What do you ladies say? We have 3 more pages left to finish the Sikha tomorrow.
What do you think? Do you think that that's easy to do
Drop more.
tomorrow?
3 pages is a lot to do in one day.
Okay.
So from this test, so 9, from this we understand what's the main aspect, the main point that we have to have when we make a cheshbon nefesh, an accounting in the month of Elul, cheshbon tzedek, which is a righteous, authentic or truthful accounting of what we did the entire year. It has to be in 3 aspects. 1, how did we serve Hashem from below to above? How much effort, how much of our energy, how much of our, right, how much do we invest, ishkia, in this service of Hashem to reach out, to do our mission? And that's in general, what have we done in our service to elevate our body and our portion in this world? Number 2, what the next thing aside from this, in addition to this, יהודי צריך לא להסתפק רק בחשבון נפש בנוגע לעבודתו מן הקל אל הכבד, אלא צריך גם לעשות חשבון כיצד עבד את העבודה לי בדרך מלמעלה למטה, עבודה משלמת של שבת, שכל אחד ואחד מאיתנו יכול וצריך לדרוש מעצמו מצד זה שיש לו נשמה, שהקדוש ברוך הוא בעצמו מלך חי וקיים נתן לו ונתן לו בכל בוקר. The second is, a Jew says, a Rebbe says, not supposed to be satisfied just with our accounting of how we did things from the easy to the harder, like in a methodical, progressive, logical way. How we did take an accounting, how did we do our service of Dodili, from my beloved to me, meaning above, from above to below, which is a whole service, which is like the service of Shabbos, which each and every Jewish person can do and should do, like we learned in the last few days, and demand from ourselves. Why? Because we have a soul, we have a neshama, that Hashem himself, which is Melech Chai V'Kayim, alive and existing God, gives us and gave us and gives us every morning a soul, which is it's above and beyond, it's beyond limitations. So that's the second accounting. Did we do anything above our comfort level and our regular way of doing things, and beyond what we think we could do? Okay, and Gimel, Masaf was that we have to connect the 2 aspects together. How? So even when we're doing our service of Hashem, which is maybe very like above and beyond our limitations, okay? But we're doing it as a soul in a body. So we're taking into account the world, and we're taking into account that we have a body, that we're a soul within a body. We're not just leaving this world and detaching ourselves to get things done above and beyond. We're doing it with taking into account our body and how our body needs to be taken care of and how the world needs to be done within like normal capacity limitations of the soul. So we're drawing down Hashem within the parameters of our soul within a body. But specifically through us doing Ani L'Dodi, our work down here below with a body, that's how we're actually revealing Hashem beyond limitations into a physical world. So we're taking everything into account. We're not just like saying, okay, we have a soul, so we can just leap into the fire and just let Hashem, rescue us. No, we're not doing that either. We're taking everything into account. We're taking into account that we're in a world with time and space and a body, and we're taking that into account as we're doing things that don't make sense, that we wouldn't expect to be able to do. Okay? But we're doing it together. Hashem's with us. So the biggest example that I can bring is when we do things like, fight a war that seems everybody's against us and everybody thinks we're doing something wrong. And we know that we're doing the right thing because Hashem wants us to do it. So when we're following Torah and mitzvahs and we're following Hashem's will and we're trying to squeeze Hashem's presence into a world that doesn't acknowledge Hashem or see Hashem, or into space or an event or where Hashem is not normally revealed, and we come in and we say, hey, Hashem is right here, and we reveal Hashem, and we're not embarrassed and we're not afraid. We're not, don't feel we're limited. We say, this is my opportunity now to reveal Hashem in this moment, in this time and space. That's bringing above this world within this world. And we're making Hashem eternal in this physical world. That's our job. So I think we'll stop here. We got the essence of this, and then maybe the Rebbe is going to give us more examples. Yeah, he's talking about the easier mitzvahs, Ekev, and more into this idea of how we can do it. Okay, so that will be tomorrow. But we basically, we finished paragraph 9. There's one more little, let me just finish. There's one more little paragraph. Through this, that a Jew does his cheshbon tzedek, his accounting about ourselves, how we're like a small world. Olam katan ze Adam. A small world is a human being. And we do our accounting of our portion, our part in this world, until so we really take in accounting for the whole world. And like the Rambam says, through one mitzvah, we have the power the Jew has a power to tip the scales, and for himself and for the whole world, kula, the whole entire world, to bring a merit and a schut to the side of merit, and we can cause us and the world tshuva v'atzala, a salvation, and we can save the world, right? So we're not waiting for Hashem to save us. We can tip the scales and bring salvation and tzala to the entire world. Page 386, Yud, we're up to paragraph 10. For tomorrow, we'll finish this amazing season. Okay, so who would like to say something, ask something? You can turn off the recording. Yeah. Very interesting. I'll tell you something more personal when I turn this off.